right, I'm just checking in. Just checking. Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah, just make sure I gotta check before I go in there, man. Come on, man. Today is What happened? What happened, Nano? Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh boy.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. How are you feeling this morning?
You sound like a little toddler there.
How so?
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Give me some
Juice.
Give me some currently, please.
Juice, that good? This kind of current, yeah.
Right.
Electricity. Ooh. Electricity is the term.
No, it's some current. Give me some current,
Electricity is the term. Right, Gilly?
Electricity is too long to call. Give me some currently, please.
Well, it's electricity.
The fact that he just said the word, saying it too long to call.
It is too long to call. Give me some electricity. Give me some electricity, please.
Yeah, pump me up there.
It's a current.
You're talking like if you can say super.
As a matter of fact, whenever DJ setting up, give me some current,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious dinner. Yeah. Today is Friday, May 20th, 2022. The time is 6:26 on the ticker. Good morning to all the folks across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the rest of the region, US, UK, Canada, Asia, Africa. The wake-up call is on. DJ Lano, Crash, and yours truly, Crystal. We're going to take care of you today, Friday. Take you up until the 9 o'clock hour this morning. Right? So we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Extreme 104 SVG. So thank you for your comments and your shares and what's not. You would have seen if you're on the live that the first topic, the first touchdown for this morning is the discovery of the 7-year-old, the body, the badly decomposing, I read, body of a 7-year-old boy in a car that was found in Diamond. The car was supposed to be fixed. Right, so that's our first stop this morning. Drop a comment. The WhatsApp number is 430-1043. The number to call is 457-1043.
You know the thing, man. You just did it like like you're trying to find the
I know.
430-1043.
Yeah, everything is 1043, right? Now, first things first, there are some other trending stories that are out there. I want to say thank you to the First Lady of India for donating $25,000 to the School for Children with Special Needs.
Good stuff.
We now have an India Drive, a new road that was renamed. Right? That's nice. All right. Can't go into that today. And we were supposed to touch on the matter between the student and the Seventh-day Adventist principal, at the Mountain View Academy. We're not sure how the rest of the morning looking, but if we have time, we'll touch on that. If not, then you know how it is, right? So, let me see. Let me just make sure that I get everything out of the way, the greetings and what's not. I think I have. Those are listening. I said the rest of the world, yeah? Did I? Okay, if I didn't.
Wasn't paying attention.
The rest of the world, good morning to you. Good morning, and thank you for logging on. Yeah. Now, boy.
Before you jump in, we have some quick good mornings to shout out. Yeah. Big up yourself, Colin. You say morning, oi.
Howdy. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Big up Jose, and Ezzy, and Flip.
Our Flip.
Which was he?
Jose.
Oh, you went to Puerto Rico for a second.
Yes,
there.
I went there.
Okay. All right. So.
Yeah, Max. Big up yourself. Oh boy.
Max, Wilfred Max. Now, St. Vincent and the Grenadines was thrown into a state of shock yesterday.
Again.
Yesterday afternoon.
It's like every day for the whole week. Something.
Yesterday would have made 1 week since the discovery of Precious's body.
Yeah.
It was last week, Thursday. No, Thursday, yesterday. The story goes, right? A mother of, it says a 33-year-old mother of 9. The child, 7 years old, was the second to last child for the mother. In the story, there's no mention of the father. Let me just put that out there.
Second to last of 9.
Second to last of 9. She last So this is what she told the media house, IWN. She last saw the child on Monday. Villagers last saw the child on Tuesday. Yesterday was Thursday. She was afraid to go to the police to make a report. She said he's accustomed, sometimes not coming back home. He'll come back home really late. He'll come back home the next morning. So she said that yesterday, if he did not show up, that she would go to the police and make a report because she was afraid to go initially, not to show what would have instilled that fear in her to prevent her from going on Tuesday when he didn't show up at home. It also said that villagers saw the boy, with some fish, with a bowl of fish. Apparently he would have gone, I don't know if he got it from somebody else, but he got some fish. Maybe that was his last meal. Only God knows. So people in the village would have smelled something. Upon investigation, it says that the vehicle, there was some like marks.
People in the village smell.
Like passerby? Is it passerby? Because I read more than one thing.
Yeah, I read more than one thing.
Right? And upon discovery, they said the vehicle, all the doors were locked except the trunk. And they found his badly decomposing body in the front seat of the car. Mother came in, says she kicked off her slippers, she ran and identified the body as her son. Now, first and foremost, this story is really disheartening.
Yeah, it is disturbing as well.
It is very disturbing because people say that the young boy was accustomed to like walking around the village and asking for food and stuff.
At 7 years old?
At 7 years old. And okay, I knew this was going to happen. But at 7 years old, I am just trying to wrap my brain around why it would be okay for your child to not come back home at certain hours, right? And why he would want to leave home. And it's not okay for a 7-year-old to be going around asking people for food. It's just not okay. And it's just disheartening that these are the conditions that some children are born into. And they don't have a choice. At 7 years old, could you just imagine? Tuesday was the last day that he was seen by people in the village. Monday was the last day that his mother saw him. This is just so heartbreaking on so many levels. It says that he's accustomed to sleeping all over the place at 7 years old. He goes down to the bayside to sleep. Sometimes he sleeps in cars. He sleeps under this, that, and terror at 7 years old. This is so heartbreaking.
You know, before we came live, I was saying, boy, could I really do this? As in, come and sit down here and talk about it.
It's a lot to take in. Like.
It's just a bit much. And
when the story burst, I was talking to some friends at the time. When I was on a rant, I was arguing. I was like, boy, you could be a mother. How can you be a mother and have a 7-year-old? But then when I read up the story, more as things start coming out. So she had 9 children. And I'm like, Then I heard, and then when I saw the statement that she put, I was like, yo, something is definitely wrong.
Let me read the story, right? So, for those who have not read the one on IWN, residents of Diamond are hoping that an autopsy would help to unravel the mystery of the death of a 7-year-old boy whose decomposing body was found in a car in the village on Thursday. The boy's mother, who's 33 of Diamond, told IWN that he is Lenny Lewis, a grade 1 student at the Stubbs Government School. She last saw her son alive on Monday, but multiple villagers told IWN that they saw him and an older brother who is not much his senior about the village on Tuesday. The body was in the front seat of a damaged car that is awaiting repairs at a roadside garage along the road to the Diamond landfill. The owner of the car, said to be a police officer, sent someone to check on the progress of the repairs of the vehicle, which has been in the garage for weeks. Person reportedly noticed some marks on one of the panes of glass in the heavily tinted vehicle and looked inside and saw the decomposing body. Lewis told IWN at the scene that He is the penultimate of her 9 children,
Second to last.
second to last. The youngest of whom is a few months old. So, are we considering like postpartum depression there? She said that she had not seen her son since Monday and was hoping that he would come home by Thursday evening, failing which she would have gone to the police. Lois said she had gone to her cousins to see if Lenny was there. He would be all over the place. I quote, people would give him things, end of quote. Lois said that sometimes her son sleep by me and he'd sleep up a top house up on me house. She said he also sleeps at his friends and down on Bayside. At 7 years old, you're sleeping at the Bayside.
Okay. Well, for those who are not familiar with the area, right? The Bayside isn't too far from where the body was found, basically. Right? So, I mean, it's not right, but the way how it song like if he just leave and go all over the place. But it's literally right there, just be in the village.
But he's not in the house.
He's not in the house.
He's not on a bed. Even if there's no bed, he's not in the house.
Right. And I don't think people are aware of the living conditions of that area. I mean, you have a couple of big houses and stuff there, yeah, no problem. But if you go further down, you would be surprised.
So you would label that area
as to how people,
as a ghetto. You would label it like a ghetto.
No.
You won't label it like that?
No. To me, ghetto is where like people get killed and do anything. It's
okay,
just
like
it's
squatters,
it's poverty stricken.
Where squatters live then.
So the persons who reside in a particular area in that village are economically
challenged.
Yeah. Hold on, let's take in a call. Hello, good morning.
Just tell you, make me ball this morning listening to read the circumstances surrounding the situation later. Like you real sad, but like you say, are we considering postpartum depression? We have to consider postpartum depression times 9. Because a lot of us like to beat up on mothers and nobody don't really understand what it's like to have a child bawling, a child hungry, and the other 7 calling your name, mommy, 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 and no father is there to support the woman in no way, shape or form. Because I know when he told me nothing about no father. And we as fathers have to accept some of the responsibility of the boy they going in the car because the mother need to ease up. Everybody want to go in the beginning and get the sweetness from the woman, but when the woman bring forth the child 9 times, everybody all of we disappear as fathers.
You know, I know what's going too. If the 9 kids are from one father.
It's safe to assume they're not for the same father, but and it's what the circumstance. I read something also. Somebody said they saw the boy by a club Saturday and he was coughing, which it's like he had pneumonia.
By a club?
Or COVID. Yeah, and he was outside the club. And not too long with it, and they gave him bitter lemon and sent him on his way. So maybe he was sick and he went to ease up in his vehicle and possibly locked the vehicle and couldn't get out because he could die of a heat stroke. So listening to and because what led me to assume that they say they had marks on one of the glass, the panel of glass, and maybe he was trying to get out, but he had possibly accidentally locked himself in the vehicle. It's a sad reality, but I always look into better situation from a tragedy, unfortunate situation. So when the child was missing from school, if he used to go to school regular, because it seemed like he was a Roma, he wasn't going to school regular. But if the child was missing from school, I think something should be implemented, like maybe 1 day, 2 days, the 3rd day. The Ministry of Education go do a welfare check on the child and say, hey, Max wasn't in school for 3 days. Are you aware of his whereabouts? We just want to lay eyes on him just in case something happens. It's just something we have to, I like to take away some positive from every negative. It's a sad thing, Crystal, and all they have me balling here on a Friday. To be honest. Right. It's real sad, Jed.
Awesome. Thank you for your contribution. Let's continue with the story. Lois said that Lenny did not go to school on Monday and she was looking for him to send him to school on Tuesday. I hope that wasn't an actual call. But call back if I accidentally cut you. I'm sorry. She said she was worried about him but afraid to go to the police because the boy custom come home. Lewis said that she had decided that if he had not come home by Thursday evening, she would have filed a report with the police. She said that sometimes Lenny would come home in the morning around or by 7 or 8. She said that she was in Kingston on Thursday organizing her daughter at the family court, along with her cousin with whom the daughter lives. So you see there, family members are chiming in to assist her. One of her children does not live with her.
Right.
When Lewis returned to Diamond, another cousin called her and told her that a dead boy was found in the car. I took off my shoes and run down to see what really going on. When me come is my son. I don't feel good about it. And she added that a villager had told her that she had seen Lenny on Monday with a bowl of fish, and she told him to go home, but he didn't. First time days, me used to beat him for he stopped sleep out. Adding that she used to beat her son each morning. He returned home after sleeping out. She said she could not say where her son would sleep. Sometimes he sleep by his friend them. Meanwhile, some villagers told IWN that Lenny and his siblings would be about the village all the time. One villager said that Lenny would sleep either under or in cars in the area. So it's a customary thing, right? Is it that all doors were locked and he would have entered, because it also said that the trunk was open. So you could have entered in the trunk, from the trunk, close the trunk, not know how to reopen it. And, this place was super heated. And we've heard time and time of stories overseas of children dying in cars.
From heat stroke and other stuff.
But our garage is right there.
But if you are not going to work on the car right away, you could understand why you would just not pay attention to the car. Also, the car was
Tinted.
heavily tinted. So if you're passing by, you're not going to
You won't see him.
see.
The thing is, right? I said villagers would see him sleeping in cars and other areas. Why ain't nobody calling welfare?
See, we're not sure if that was done. Sometimes welfare intervenes in these stories, and sometimes I don't know. This is a hard one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, we could try.
There's actually more to
We
the
could
story
try
as
decipher
well.
this all we could, but
Right. Try to
So
figure it
villagers
out.
have speculated that Lenny might have fallen sick after eating raw robin fish that he had on Tuesday, despite warning and attempts to prevent him from doing so. Can you believe you're so hungry you had to eat? Boy,
You gotta go look for your own
Whoa.
fish.
rough boy.
At 7 years old, you gotta go look for your own food.
Oh boy.
So let's finish the story.
One source told Eyewitness that all the doors of the cars were locked, but the trunk was open. Villagers expressed how that his death was not the result. Let me take that again. Villagers expressed hope that his death was not the result of foul play. Lenny is the second minor to have been found dead in St. Vincent in exactly 1 week. Last week, Thursday, May 12th, the decomposing body of a female, identified 4 days later as that of Precious Williams, 17, of Sion Hill, was found in a bag in Richmond Hill. A post-mortem concluded that she died of multiple injuries inflicted with a sharp object.
So, a voice note.
Yeah.
Good morning, Crystal, and to the rest of the crew.
morning.
That is a really heartbreaking story, and it's a story that you gotta able to think about. That you would never think of that type of situation, because as a mother, right? If your kid hasn't come home, or your son or your daughter haven't come home within a period of time, you need to go and look for the kid. And I think it is carelessness, right? Child neglect, neglectfulness of the mother to wait for so many times a long period of time before you can able to think. And you say that you're afraid to go to the police. That means there is something fishy into that, right? There's something fishy into that, and it's like you as a mother, you need to take better care of your kids, regardless if you have 20, 16, or whatsoever. You need to take better care of them. I have one son. I have 3 sons. My last one is 8 years old, and if I miss him out of my eyesight for even 5 seconds, I always, check upon him. Because why? The way as our life is going now, you got to check upon them as often as possible. So for me, that is part of the gratefulness with the mother, and I think the proper authority need to investigate this a bit more. And how many other children that you have under the age of 18, they need to remove them from the home, because for me, it's like that is the gratefulness.
Okay. You see, in the case where the carelessness, neglectfulness, however you want to call it, there's a push and pull, because I remember they say he custom go out. So after a while, you be like, oh, he got my business, he will come back whenever. Because they said she fed up beat him. Right? They said
7.
Listen to me. You don't. The area, I'm telling you about that area. The area is like, it's a small area, so you don't expect him to go far, right? But then on the other hand, no, she is careless, because it's her responsibility to go and find him. Sorry. So,
even if you have to go out 100 times,
right,
go out 100
exactly,
times,
go out 100 times.
Child.
Right.
The fact that you're letting days pass, though, I mean,
That was saying it probably be a customary thing.
but it's a minor, 7 years old.
I wonder, somebody says, sorry, I wonder if the mother is suffering from any mental illness.
See, all
Actually,
I comment to, you go on, if your child was suffering from any mental illness.
Okay, you have a few here. That whole matter to the welfare needs to keep updated on all children. I said so the other day, we need people who care about children seriously. There's a lot of child abuse going around.
From child abuse covers a lot of things.
Right.
Child abuse does not necessarily mean physically beating a child.
Yeah. Child neglect.
Child neglect is
Right.
child abuse. Emotional abuse is termed as child abuse as well. When I say emotional abuse, being there with the child and not emotionally connecting to that child is also a form of child abuse, right? Not feeding the child is child abuse. Not sending the child to school is child abuse. So it is still termed as child abuse. We could still use that term. From time to time, you'd walk the streets of Kingstown, right? And you would see little boys. Sometimes they just look under 10. Sometimes little teenagers
Give me $1, please.
begging you for money. We got a serious problem. We have a serious problem. And I'm sorry that it's things like these that are so drastic and so grave that bring these issues to the fore.
Yeah, something had to happen
Right?
before something could be done.
Sometimes I wonder if the system is overwhelmed by the number of cases that they have to deal with. There are a lot of stories that we don't know about, that we can't know about and we cannot share. But can you just imagine what our children, what other children are going through in this place? Can you just imagine?
Have you ever taken the time to just ask one of the young man, where you want the money for?
I don't give them money.
Right. So I did ask one at a time. And he's like, oh, it's to take home for mommy. So she could buy something for cook for we eat.
Oh God, man. Life hard for some people.
It is. And I feel like the mental.
It'll one child, two children, three children, no food to eat. You probably have the children crying. You probably know they're hungry. You hungry too. God knows what state they are living in. God knows if you can talk about Father. You're probably already in the system and overwhelmed. God knows them things that take a toll on you. Make it worse if you don't have a job. We don't know if she was working. We don't know what kind of support that she was or wasn't getting. We don't know. Only God knows. Sometimes people go into a state of depression after one child, let alone 9.
Someone is saying, please check that mother head. She lose a screw. Trust me, that's so heartbroken. Lord help us all. A 7-year-old?
Good morning to Jex. So we're going to wrap this up in about 2 seconds, right? Good morning. The mother of is 33 with 9 children. Most of the 9 were given up. She's not mental, but she's slow. I'm sorry for this little boy and she's very poor. What?
Yeah, because someone is saying here that I know the child. Hi, I know this child. He would come to my house and call me, Mommy, wake up. I want something to eat. I would come out and feed him, but I'm not home. But I'm not home now. I'm in England now. But I know the family very much. She's tried very hard with him. But he still run away from home.
Obviously, he wasn't happy at home.
Someone is saying if it was the robin, because remember that was a speculation, the fish, that fish would kill him. It's not fish to be played with. To play with.
Robin fish.
Yeah. Poverty is a curse, and probably the mother needs a lot of parental intervention herself. And maybe this had to happen for the authorities and villagers to recognize the seriousness of this. But so sorry he had to die.
When we come back, we'll continue when we come back. We gotta head to X News. We gotta get to the local weather reports. Keep the responses coming at 4301043. When we come back, then we open the lines. Okay?